Hi, my name is Dr. Emily, podiatrist, human movement specialist, and inventor of Naboso technology. I'm going to take a few minutes to speak to you about the pelvic floor and how you can properly activate your pelvic floor, and then eventually you want to connect your pelvic floor to how you are grounding or connecting through your feet. Now, a lot of the science of barefoot training and Naboso technology is built on what's called foot-to-core sequencing. What that means is that your foot is actually connecting and sequencing with your pelvic floor. Before you can take advantage of foot-to-core sequencing, you have to make sure that your pelvic floor is working. So we're going to bring it back down onto our back into this position. Now, what we're going to do is start by bringing your rib cage. Think of your rib cage like a cylinder, and then your pelvis is like another cylinder. You want to stack them. So if I'm in this position as I am now, you can actually see that my rib cage is sticking up. That means that my rib cage is flaring and that my cylinders are not stacked. That can actually impact diaphragm and pelvic floor function. So you want to bring the rib cage down. You can see now I've stacked my cylinders. So I'm tucking my rib cage down and I'm essentially doing a slight tuck of my pelvis. That puts me in a neutral alignment. Okay? Now, when we're engaging the pelvic floor, what I'm going to have you do is focus on the base of your pelvis as like a diamond. So your diamond is here, okay? You're going to think of it like a diamond or like the face of a clock. 12 o'clock, which is the top of the diamond, is going to be at your pubic symphysis. Your tailbone or your coccyx is going to be 6 o'clock, and then your right ASIS and your left ASIS are going to be 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Using your pelvic floor, you're going to start to draw 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So I want you to start bringing 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock into a center point. Now when you do that, nothing should move. Your pelvis doesn't move, your rib cage doesn't move, your stomach doesn't push out, and then you're going to release. Think of it as just like an isometric, or you're just casually drawing that together. So again, keep your cylinders stacked, start to draw 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Hold that, and now start to draw 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. When you're drawing 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you can think of that as closing two doors, almost like two bookends coming together, and then release. Again, nothing is moving. 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you should feel this perception of tension or stiffness when you engage your pelvic floor, and then release. If you want to coordinate your breath with that, you would be doing that on the exhalation. Now that exact same exercise can be done in a seated position. If you want to sit in a comfortable lotus type position, or if you are sitting in a chair, you can do the exact same exercises. Have your rib cage and your pelvis stacked. Focus on your diamond. Start to draw 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and then draw your two bookends together, feeling the tension, and then releasing. Again, 6 to 12, 3 to 9, closing the bookends, and then release. The way that I like to coordinate this with my patients is that they draw 6, 12, 3, 9, release, inhale. 6, 12, 3, 9, release, inhale. So you're doing it in a wave-like pattern. Try not to lock down into a Kegel, which is how a lot of people reference the pelvic floor, and then they hold on way too tight, not even breathing, and then they release. That can actually cause a lot of dysfunction. The way that you would eventually want to add this in would be with your foot. So you would want to eventually bring it up and into a standing position. Have your foot forward, opposite leg back, stack your cylinders, and then the exact same thing. Draw 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock, close your bookends, feel the mat underneath your feet, and then release. 6 to 12, 3 to 9, gently push your feet down into the ground, inhale, release. And I'm just doing this over and over, nice and relaxed, feet down, inhale, release. Starting to get that coordination. That's actually one of the best ways to activate your nervous system and activate your feet and core before using the Naboso mat. To learn more great exercises, please check out youtube.com/Naboso Technology.